Man, I keep watching, I don't know why I do it to myself. Anyways, I keep watching these DD Speed Shop videos, and they always make me want to comment about it. So anyways, last one was, what it takes to be a full-time YouTuber, quit your job, make money, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he had a lot of good points. It all makes sense. But the thing he failed to mention is, you have to be a hack. You have to work on different cars all the time. You can't care about what you're doing. And, yeah, I think that's the main part. Either that or you have to do will it run, will it drive videos. And that's what it takes to be a successful automotive YouTuber. You can't do stuff like this. I don't know many channels that show, or successful big channels that show like restorations and paint and body work where you're actually trying to achieve a high level of quality. I don't know, are they out there? I don't know if I'd watch them if they were, because it's boring. No one's gonna sit and watch, a year's worth of videos on painting the same car. It's just not gonna happen. No, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch, Vice Grip Garage. I'm gonna watch Pole Barn Garage. I'm gonna watch, once in a while, see what DD Speed Shop's doing. But he's frustrating because he doesn't put any effort into what he's doing, and it's hard to watch sometimes. But anyway, no one's gonna watch this, and I don't blame them. And I'm hoping that once this car is done, I still have hopes that we can do the hot rod stuff, finish Bowling Ball's abandoned projects we got from him there, and do some videos on that stuff, and maybe it'll be a little more entertaining. I don't do many videos on this because it's not entertaining, and it's monotonous, and it's the same thing over and over and over again, and no one's gonna watch that. I'm not gonna watch other people do it. I know, like Casey's Paint Shop, he does like weekly update videos, but they're not showing. They just go around the shop and goof off and talk about what they've been working on, show some progress here and there. They're not showing sanding primer for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. So yeah, it's tough. I used to have big dreams that, maybe I could make a little bit of money at YouTube, but I don't have the drive and the motivation to do it and work all the time. It's a lot of work. Even doing these crappy videos that nobody watches, it's a lot of work. But for the few people that do watch, I feel like I should at least finish this car and show you how it turns out. And we're getting close. And then hopefully after that we can do something a little more exciting. And it's also hard when you're by yourself. Back in the day when Jim and Angel were out here, it was I think it was probably a little more entertaining when we were doing his truck and her Nova and my Nova and whatever else we did, the Bondomino. Those were the days. But yeah, I don't know. Are there people out there that are caring about what they're doing when it comes to the paint and body work and actually trying to make something super nice? Because that's kind of gone out the window, it seems like. It's like everybody's like instant gratification, spray some paint on this and go drive it. Which is fine, But that's just not what I'm gonna do here. So that's why my videos are lame. But anyways, I guess I'll just keep sanding. I don't know. It's dumb. The last time I mentioned something about one of DD Speed Shop's videos, someone's like, "What are you doing watching DD Speed Shop?" And I was like, good point. Well, the reason I started watching him is way back, like 20 years ago. I don't know how long ago it was. A long time ago. There was I was on the Jalopy Journal, the ham message board all the time, and there was these try 5 4-door to 2-door conversion posts that people were doing, and it was really cool. I was like, wow, that's pretty neat. Forgot about it forever, and then, DD Speed Shop popped up, and he was doing the 4-door to 2-door conversions. I was like, that's cool. So I watched his first one or whatever, and it was okay, and they just get worse and worse and worse as time goes on, to where now he's not even doing them, he's just leaving them as 4-doors. So, but yeah, I mean, I wanted to try doing that one time, but, actually get, the 2-door chrome and make it look like it's a 2-door. Like, what's the point of doing a 2-door to 4-door conversion if when you're done, you can look at it and be like, oh, hey, that was a 4-door. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, enough about that. Yeah. Check out Mortsky's video. He went to Bowling Brothers and toured his shop, and it's pretty entertaining. I'm sure everybody already watches him, but there's another guy, not Derek, but Mortsky. He doesn't do anything. Will it run? Yes, no, let's put a starter in it. Okay, let's take it apart. I mean, it's good for him. Hey, I watch the videos, they're entertaining. But there's no like craft or skill or talent, if you will, into what he's doing. And it's good for, kudos to him for figuring out, it's a lot of work. I'm not saying it's not a lot of work, but it's, he's got it figured out. And I'm probably a little bit jealous of those guys, but at the same time, I don't want to do that stuff. So this, as much as I bitch about it, at least the bodywork part is the fun part for me. I don't like painting. As time goes on, I hate it more and more and more. But I do like the bodywork and the fine tuning and the blocking and the sanding, poly, and getting things dialed in and making them straight. That part I enjoy. If I could just do that and never spray any paint again, I'd be happy. That's not going to happen, so I'm not going to be happy. All right, catch you later. So 2 weeks later, here I am, doing what I said I was going to do 2 weeks ago. Anyway, it's been too cold. It's been frozen. It's been snowing. I got this 800 grit foam paper that's on this DA I just dropped. So I'm not using the interface pad with it because, as you can see, it's foamy. It's cheap paper. Fandeli. Get from a guy in a van that comes around at work. But anyway, it doesn't work too well dry, but it sands this pretty good wet. So I went over this with it wet. It's 800, so I think that'll work, and I'll just paint base over that. I might buy the other kind of 800 that I use with the interface pad, just because I think it sands a little bit better. This seems slightly less aggressive, probably because it's a crappier brand of sandpaper, which might be good, I don't know. It'll probably be fine. So anyway, I'm back. That side's done. I'm over here doing the 500 dry on this side. I'll wet sand it and sand the jams by hand with some 600 or 800. Be ready to seam seal. I started to warm up. Actually got the door open, and it's 45-ish. So that's warm. And figuring out what I'm going to do for, I think I'm going to build a temporary booth in here. I'll come build a wall along this side. I'll come over to the outside edge of these lights here, build a wall there, and I'll have some filters over there so I could have that window open, air come in here, and I'll have an exhaust going out this window. And yeah, so the garage door won't be openable at that time, but we can come in over there through the other garage door. So that's the plan so far. Preliminary stages of figuring that out. Yeah, so we can get this thing painted. But anyway, more sanding first. Yay, another mess of messy stuff and footprints and things. And alright, this side is all 600. Sanded most of this jam too while I was here. So now I'm ready to do the DA 800 thing. And sand the jams, scuff everything else, stuff like that. You know. Anyways, I was trying to put my sandpaper all back away, and sometimes it's a pain to pick up each roll and open it and see what grit's what. So if you just write on them, on the roll, right there, then you'll know what it is. Oh, I didn't write it there, but that's okay because it's right there. Yeah, if they're in bags, it's still hard to tell, so I just write on the bag, stuff like that. I'm trying to restock up because I've used all my sandpaper. Oh, whoops, I didn't put this one away. That's 80 grit, you can tell, because it's 80 grit, and I don't have any room for it. I really need a better thing for that. And I can show you, this is just to impress my dad. He was so impressed by a guy that had 8,000 grit sandpaper that I'd show him that I have some 8,000 grit sandpaper. So now he can say he knows somebody personally that has 8,000 grit sandpaper. So there you go. I also have 1,000, 15, 2,000, 2,500. And then, you know, I have 1,000, 15, 2,000, and some 3,000, and some 1,500, and some 600. And yeah. Anyway, yeah, I have all the sandpaper I need to buff this thing. I sure hope so. Anyway. But, Bad Chad went to a well-known and good hot rod painter shop, and he was going over how he's color sands and buffs, and he goes 600, 800, 1,000, 15 to, I don't remember, all the way up to 8,000, and then he's like, and then I started with the wool pad. Well, just so you know, not that I know everything, but if you're sanding anything past 3,000, you don't really need to use a wool pad because you're going backwards at that point almost. Anyway, you really can stop at 2,500 if you want, but it does get easier to buff the higher you go. But there's no reason, we learned this at the shop, there's no reason to go up to 8,000 if you're going to wool pad it. And there's really no reason to, period, because it's just I could see it on collision stuff, but on something like this, it's just a waste of time and money. And also, if you're going to sand with 600 and 1,000, there's no reason to use 800 in between. Just saying. You can go 6 to 1,000 to 15 to 2 to 25 to 3. Anyway, do what you want. I don't care what you do. I don't even care how I do it. I mean, I don't want to do it really. But, so yeah. As I was saying, got off track there. I'm going to DA this with some 800 while I'm making a mess. So, stuff like that. Side note, I have bought 2 of those new Milwaukee electric DAs. I have them at work. I have both the 3/32 and the 3/16, just because I wanted both of them, because they made both of them. Anyway, you don't have this issue. Say you're color sanding the roof, well, you're not going to have to worry about dragging the hose across the quarter panel or on the rocker because there is no hose. Now, granted, I have tried to plug the air hose into mine a couple times, but after I realized it wouldn't plug in and I didn't need it, it was no longer a problem. So, yeah, if you do a lot of this, or you just like cool stuff, buy one of those DAs. Yeah, they're kind of expensive, but are they really? Because a good dyno braid's like $300, I think. I don't know. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Alright, you done watching me do that? Sounds good. Okay, so I went over this half the roof and this quarter panel with the 800 foam discs, and I'm not a fan, so I will buy the 800 grit to use on the interface pad. It just doesn't seem to do much. I don't need it to do much, but I guess it doesn't seem like it's doing anything. But yeah. Technically, I don't need it, but there are, when you look close, you can see some sanding. Like, you can't feel them, you just kind of like see some scratches, like going in. I don't know if it'll show up. But anyway, it's not, usually the 800 will take that all out and make it all uniform and make you feel better about spraying base on it and not having scratches show up. Because when that happens, then you have to go back and sand them, and it's just a waste of time. So it's better to make sure you don't have anything like that. And the 800 on the interface pad dry will take care of all that. I know this because that's what I usually do. He didn't have any of the 800, so I bought that crap instead, and it doesn't work. So now I will buy the other stuff and sand it again. But anyway, at least this is basically sanded. And anyways, that's disappointing. I can't leave without doing my trademark. A lot of people claim that they invented this, but it was me. I don't think there's any scratches that are going to be an issue, but then again, this is a light blue metallic. Pretty much worst case scenario. So, like I'm saying, Thursday I'll buy that other sandpaper. I asked him last week, he said he had it, but I was like, no, I got that other stuff, I'm good. I don't need to waste $55, whatever it was. So you can tell I'm really upset. I didn't just buy it. I could be done with this right now. Well, this step. Anyway, always something. So I brought home a few pieces of the 800 grit I originally wanted. And we'll see how that works. Use that on the old DA here with the interface pad, and hopefully it does what I thought the other stuff would do, which is sand. I'm gonna buy another one of those Milwaukee DAs. This air hose nonsense. It's got to go. Hope you're enjoying the shaky can. Alrighty then. Let's just see what we got. Wow, Wow, see how that actually sands? That's crazy. I don't even know what to do. Well, I'll go over this, then I'll clean it off and show you the sanding stuff. Anyways, what did I do with my microfiber I just had? I know, this camera work is impressive. It's taken me a long time to get this good. See, you can see it's taken this stuff out. There's like some lines right here. That's what you don't want. That's from careless wet sanding with the 600. But this will smooth all that out. So I'm gonna keep sanding and then I'll be done. Alright, so anyway, there it is. It's sanded with 800. Now I just need to sand the trunk jam, finish this jam, window jams, pinch welds, stuff like that. And then I can, sides of the cowl, those aren't too important, but they still need sanded. And I can seam seal, drip rails, rear body panel, jam, quarters, cowl, I don't know. There's lots to seam seal. So, probably come out here tomorrow or the next day after work and sand the jams, then clean it all up, unmask it, and get ready to start the seam sealing. So, stuff like that. I hope you've enjoyed this huge amount of progress that I've shown to you here. Hey, look at this. So, yeah.